Hey guys, welcome back. If you have one of these engines here in your lawn tractor, at some point you will have to reseal the valve cover here because it is a flaw in these engines. What I want to do today is show you how to do this and make it better than when you got it from factory. Welcome back to all my channel, and also a special welcome to all my new subscribers. I'm going to get straight into the video here. It shouldn't take too long. Doesn't matter what your background is, guys. You don't have to be a mechanic to do this. If you follow my video with all the steps included, you'll be able to do this like a pro. Now make sure to do this when the engine is cold, and in order to have it cold right now, I've previously filmed a clip of what this leaking overhead valve gasket does to your machine. So if it leaks a lot, every time you go to use the machine, it will smoke because the oil will drip right on the muffler. As you can see here, there's a stain. The oil usually drips right here and goes right onto the muffler. Now the first thing you want to do is, depending on your machine, is get the hood off. It's going to make it so much easier to do this job. Next, what you want to do is remove the 8mm bolts here. They have an 8mm head. You'll need a socket, an extension, and a ratchet to get these off, and the cover will come right off. This is what I will start with, and then we'll get the cover off. So you'll have a bolt here, one there, and two in the back. Now it's good if you get the oil dipstick out first, then the cover comes right off. Put the dipstick back, and it's good that we're doing this today because I've uncovered an issue that I didn't know existed, that there had been a mice nest and that they have chewed some of the wires that go to the coils. Now, when you're removing mice nests like this, wear a mask and put on some gloves so that you don't contaminate yourself. I'll tackle this problem here first. And I'm just going to air blow this outside of the shop. Now, my preferred method to fix the chewed wire, the sheathing on the wire, is liquid tape. I just put a nice thick layer. I find it's better than black electrical tape. This stuff will get hard and it won't short out the wires. There we go. Now what I do is I put a rag underneath because oil could come out. And you got to get all these bolts here. They have a 10mm head. Now I believe I did this gasket quite a number of years ago. So it just goes to show, even if you do it, you may have to redo it in the future. The cover is on here quite tight because I put RTV silicone the last time. So what I'll do here is just tap it from behind. Here's the old gasket. I'm going to have to really thoroughly clean this out. So what you want to do in here is make sure there is no oil coming onto the gasket surface. I will clean all this with my Scotch-Brite pad on my angle die grinder. And I'll be doing the same on the cover as well on the inside here. Now make sure you use your safety glasses when you do this. Here's my die grinder. I've got one of the finest 3M Scotch-Brite pads on it. Then I usually spray it with brake cleaner just to clean it all off. Now just do the same with the cover here. If you don't have this tool, you can use a wire brush, small soft wire brush. And again, I'm going to clean this part here with some brake cleaner as well. There's a bit left in here. The brake cleaner makes it nice and dry so that the gasket and the sealant I'm putting on will stick on here much better. I'll be using Honda Bond today. I think this will be much better than the regular RTV silicone. So this is good enough. It's all clean. Clean and not oily and greasy is the key here. Now another tip here before you reseal the cover, make sure your valve lash is okay. I do have videos on adjusting valve lash on Briggs & Stratton, which is pretty well the same principle as this one. Also, you want to make sure that the bolts that hold the rocker arms here are tight. So grab a 13mm wrench and make sure these studs are tight. They can get loose sometimes and cause problems. Okay, here's the gasket. It's cork. I prefer the cork gaskets for this application. They do have rubber ones, but I don't like them as much. Here's the part number. Make sure the spaces are in between the numbers here as written here. That's the Kohler part number. You can get aftermarket ones as well. This part number will be in the video description. Now, the best sealer for this is by far the Honda Bond HT. That's what I'll be using this time on this one. You could probably get away without it, but I don't like taking a chance because it's a major issue with all these engines that come in my shop. All right, I usually put a bit of grease here when I put it away so it doesn't get hard. And I will put a layer on the inside of the cover and on the engine as well, so the gasket will be sandwiched in between the Honda Bond. And I'm going to put a nice thick layer here as well. So I'll just set this here for now and make sure all the holes are lined up here. And I'll just put the bolts through like this, just to line up that gasket. Okay, so I've sealed the part of the engine here. Try not to get it inside the engine if you can help it. And before you put this cover back on, make sure that the gasket is all lined up properly and not kinked. So I've got a few bolts in the cover just to help me line things up here. And I'm just going to tighten these up by hand with a ratchet. Make sure you put the bolts on in a diagonal pattern when it comes time to tightening them up. And there's one right here. Okay, once they're all snug, make sure to just slightly tighten them in a diagonal pattern. Now you don't need to put these bolts tight because you don't want to crush that cork gasket, and it's better for the Honda Bond if you don't over tighten it right off the bat. So I'm just kind of going by feel here. You can see there's not much resistance. I'm not tightening it up too much here. And I'm going back around because I'm pretty well on the last leg of the tightening. Now the place where they leak all the time is right at the bottom. So don't think you have to tighten up the bottom more because of that. Sometimes tightening it up more will make it leak. So I'm going to leave it the way it is. This hose here goes in this hole right here. It's just a breather line. And have a look behind the cover. You can see the gasket is not squished. You don't want it so tight that it squishes the gasket. And that Honda Bond is going to get rock hard. It's going to be a perfect seal. I recommend that you don't use or start up the engine for at least a couple hours or the next day to make sure that the Honda Bond cures properly and provides the best seal. Now, if you want to, the next day, once everything is cured and dried, you can come and just turn the bolts a quarter turn just to re-snug them if you want to. Probably not necessary, but wait at least a day before you come back and just touch them up with a slight turn. And now's a good time to do your plug. All the covers are out of the way. RC12YC Champion plug goes here, and then all I have to do is put the cover back on. Now, when you did the job, if a bit of oil leaked on your muffler and you start up the machine, it will smoke, the oil will burn itself off, and then it will be fine. So don't worry about that. If the smoke is continual, that means you have a continual leak, so then you'll have to recheck it. All right, now I'm going to put the cover back on, get the dipstick out first. And you've got 4 bolts to go on this cover. I'll start them up with the impact in a low setting first. And then finish them off by hand here. So that's all you got to do, guys. Part number is in the video description for the gasket. Make sure to get the Honda Bond if you want the best sealer to put on there. You can get the Honda Bond at your local Honda dealer for outdoor power equipment. If the video has helped you out, guys, please make sure to like it and be subscribed to my channel. Have a great day.